Slacky, I was interrupted by a phone call, but I'm going to pick back up where I left off. So this is Acts chapter 23 and verse 6, and it says, "But when Paul perceived that the one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, 'Men and brethren, I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee. Of the hope and resurrection of the dead I am called in question.' And when he had said so, there arose a dissension between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the multitude was divided." Now, why was the multitude divided is going to go into it, Verse 8, and it says, "For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit, but the Pharisees confess both. And there arose a great cry, and the scribes that were of the Pharisees' part arose and strove, saying, We find no evil in this man, but if a spirit or an angel hath spoken to him, let us not fight against Yahweh." So yeah, man, if you had two groups, you had the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and Paul pretty much, stirred up strife between them, man, because again, Paul was a Pharisee, but on one hand, you had the Pharisees that believed in, pretty much the afterlife, angels, the spirit world, so on and so forth. They believed in the resurrection. But the Sadducees didn't believe that there was no afterlife, that there were no angels, no resurrection. Once you died, that was just it, So that was the division between the two groups, man, And the point I want to make and bring that out is because, again, you have those two groups. Though both groups were Israelites, they had two different beliefs. Now, although the NOI, which, the government will proclaim them to be, black Muslims, which there's no such thing as black, but you have Israelites that are involved in Islam, and then you have the IUIC, which are an Israelite group. Though their doctrine is off, they're still Israelites. Both groups are Israelites, but you have, one group that, believes in the Bible and another group that believes in, the Quran, the teachings of the Quran, man. So that's pretty much what this is like, man. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, arguing with each other, but they came together, to try to stop violence. That's not going to happen, man. That's not going to happen. But, this is just, the IUIC pretty much stirring up more confusion, So I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, Slakia. Deuteronomy, chapter 13, and verse 6, it says, "If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of earth even unto the other end of the earth, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. But thou shalt surely kill him, thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he hath sought to thrust thee away from the Lord thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you." So yeah, man, that's the penalty if, a friend or a family member were to come to you, pretty much trying to persuade you to commit idolatry, to worship and serve other gods, man. And that's pretty much what IUIC is doing. They're consenting and they're agreeing with, the NOI, even though, they're not proclaiming to believe what they believe, but still, man, you're agreeing with it, man. They believe in the false God. You're supposed to believe in the true God, man. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, So you're supposed to, of course we can't do that now, but, you're supposed to bring them, before the elders, before the judges and let them know, like, hey, this individual is trying to, get me to commit idolatry. And then, he'll be brought before the congregation, and stoned. You're going to be the first one to stone him to death because he came to you with the false doctrine, man. So we're not supposed to be unequally yoked with unbelievers. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the orders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. To the next time I say Shalom.